Hello students, welcome to this session. Students, in this class I want to discuss with you an assignment key with the help of interesting and awesome example. Students, let us see each and every question with the help of various examples. Students, reading first question. What do you think in activity holding a falling stick? Information is carried on afferent and efferent neurons. What are efferent neurons? What are efferent neurons? Here, efferent nerves or efferent neurons, they helps to catch the falling stick or falling scale. Efferent neurons, they helps us to hold the stick in a proper way. Okay. So, if you want to hold the stick in a proper way like this, the efferent nerves should be functioning well. Whereas, if you want to catch the stick, we need to function, our body needs to, our brain needs to, our spinal cord needs to coordinate with the efferent nerves. Clear students? So, efferent nerves which coordinate with sticking stick while it was falling, whereas efferent nerves, they were coordinating with holding a stick in a proper position. Clear? Going for the second question. What are association neurons or interneurons? Interneurons are also called as mixed nerves or mixed neurons. These mixed neurons, they are coordinating with afferent nerves or efferent neurons. At the same time, they are coordinating with efferent nerves or efferent neurons which are going towards a spinal cord. So, here a mixed nerve or interneuron or associated neuron which can coordinate with afferent nerves and efferent nerves, and the mixed nerves collect the information or receives the information from various sources and send back to the spinal cord. So, it is a connecting link. Mixed neurons are connecting neurons in between sensory neurons and the motor neurons. So, going for the third question, students. What is knee jerk reflex? For your better understanding, I have written some of the important points. First point, students, if you look at the first point, here the knee jerk, to identify the knee jerk reflex arc, we need to perform an activity. So, that activity already I have written on the board. Let us see that activity. Sit by crossing legs, cross the legs, which means place the right leg on the left leg or left leg on the right leg. Sit in a chair, and then after that, so the lower half of the leg, uppermost leg hangs freely over other. Lower half of the leg hangs freely on the other leg. That is the meaning of second point. Strike the below area sharply while firmly grasping thigh with other hand. Now, strike the below area sharply while firmly grasping thigh with other hand. Clear? Next, we can see that changes in the shape of thigh muscles. So, while you grasp sharply, we can see changes in the shape of a thigh muscle. Then finally, we can't prevent collapsing of other muscles that are present in the thigh, or we can't prevent collapsing of this thigh muscles, collapsing, or the collapsing of these thigh muscles which are present in the thigh. Finally, why? Because these thigh muscles are involuntary in nature and controlled by the knee jerk reflex arc which is present below the kneecap. Okay. So, the knee jerk reflex arc, which is one of the important structure that controls involuntary actions which are unknown movements. Clear, my students? So, a small activity which explains the working and mechanism of knee jerk reflex arc exactly present below the kneecap. So, a knee jerk reflex arc involuntary in nature. It receives involuntary functions. What are involuntary functions? Brain cannot analyze certain kind of functions, sudden actions. These sudden kind of actions are called as involuntary functions. Clear? Going for the next question. What is a reflex arc? How can you define a reflex arc? If suppose an information carried or received from the detector by the spinal cord with nerves. Even the spinal cord also one of the important structure that can receive the sensation. Now the spinal cord received here nerve impulse or nerves information from the detector, and the spinal cord sends this information, or the spinal cord send this information to effector organ or effector muscles or effector structure through the nerves only. So this entire structure is generally called as a reflex arc. So this entire structural mechanism scientifically considered as a reflex arc. Once again I am explaining. Here from the detector, nerve impulses are received by the spinal cord through the nerves. The same way spinal cord sends these nerve impulses to the effector organ through the nerves. So this entire structural mechanism, which is scientifically called as a reflex arc, is considered as a reflex arc. So spinal cord is a major organ that is involved in the reflex arc. Clear, students? Going for the fifth question. You are walking in the traffic. While you are walking in the traffic, now suddenly you heard a loud sound. Now how coordination takes place in this situation among respected organs? Draw a block diagram to explain this mechanism. Slowly, while you are walking on the traffic, you heard a loud voice. Sometimes while you are walking on the road, there were large vehicles which are moving and making certain kind of noisy horns, isn't it? So let us see in this situation, let us make a block diagram which takes place in our body while you are hearing that loud sound. You know that loud sound is taken by the ear. Ears are the major organs that receives the sound vibrations. Ears have a major important nerve called auditory nerve. Auditory nerve is formed in our ear by the cochlear nerve and vestibular nerve. Vestibular nerve and cochlear nerve, already we have learned about vestibular nerve and cochlear nerve in the 9th class, in a chapter called sense organs. These two nerves join together and forms auditory nerve. This auditory nerve send this information to brain. Now brain analyze that signals and send back to leg muscles with the help of motor nerve. You know that efferent nerves are also called motor nerves. These motor nerves, while they were carrying information towards the leg muscles are effector organs. These leg muscles trying to move our body away from the traffic or away from the traffic signal or away from the any object or away from the any lorry or vehicle, isn't it? And finally the leg muscles helps to move to a safe place. So this entire mechanism is nothing but a block diagram which explains the mechanism of functioning of nerve system which is responding to external stimuli. Even I said to you in the first assignment, what do you mean by stimulus? A stimulus is nothing but responding to external pressure. Here loud sound, loud noise, it's an external stimuli, external pressure. So this loud sound taken by the ear, and ears contains auditory nerve formed by the vestibular nerve and cochlear nerve. This auditory nerve carries the information to the brain, and with the help of sensory nerve, here auditory nerve is a sensory nerve. Now brain analyze this information, sends the signals to leg muscles with the help of motor nerve, that is nothing but efferent nerve. Now leg muscles receives that information and trying to push our body to a safe place. So this entire mechanism is a block diagram which helps us to understand how we are responding to external structure or external stimuli. Clear, students? Anyway, external organs plays an important role in the responding to stimuli. Internal organs are also playing a key role in responding in responding to stimuli. External organs and internal organs both together under the control of a master organ of our body called as a brain. Clear, students? Remaining assignment keys, interestingly, with the help of examples, we are going to discuss in the further classes. Until we say thank you, have a nice day.